Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry that it took me so long to put the second half of this episode up. I got busy with school and stuff, and then I kind of just forgot it was not put up yet. Anyway, here you go, part 2. Again, it's a little more graphic than usual, but I re-listened to it, and it's not as bad as I thought, but just a heads up, just in case. Hope you enjoy.
If we come across somebody with no arms or legs, do we bother resuscitating them? I mean, what kind of quality of life do we have there?
I would want to live with no legs.
How about no arms? No arms or legs is basically how you exist right now, Kevin. You don't do anything.
Question. If I bought like a 17-inch dildo, would somebody let me slap them with it?
I wanted to do that.
Only if we can put it on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, either let me slap you with it or you can slap me with it. But I want to
We
slap
should just slap everybody with it.
Everyone gets slapped with a dildo.
It's like Oprah. You get slapped with
You
a
get
dildo.
slapped.
You get slapped with
We got
That
some
picture just
Hollywood.
has like a bowl of them just throwing them at our audience.
Dude, what if like we went to a bridge and just dumped like a giant bowl of dildos, and you just see them hit the ground? They're just like flopping like fish.
We need to make it like one of those sad videos, like where you're like pouring something out for someone in remembrance, and it's like
Just dildos.
This is for Paula. She was one of the greatest porn stars I've ever known. There were a whole bunch of dildos. Someone slapped them with around.
Just like.
I was telling him what we were saying there. We passed Hustler Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I was saying we just need to buy a bunch of dodos to have like a fucking sword fight with them.
Dude,
slap this
like,
shit
Or
out.
put them at the end of javelin.
need like glow in the dark ones.
Yeah, lightsabers.
And then you can add in the sound effects later.
Just like every time they hit you.
Hey, come here. Hello there.
Oh, hello.
I just want to get one like off a Saints Row where it's all floppy and just like start spinning it and like smack somebody with
I
it.
just loved that. Like the fucking penetrator was so funny because like when you hit them, it made like a smacking noise.
It went
Every fucking time.
and like if you'd run with it, it would just be like flopping everywhere.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And it's sad because like on the fourth one they took that out and they replaced. I mean it's funny because they replaced it with a tentacle, but still the penetrator was the golden weapon.
You need a dildo. Once you have a dildo in the game, your franchise
need
needs to
anything
continue
else.
doing it. Yeah, you
Right?
don't need anything else.
Exactly. Because I remember, like, the first time I played the Saints Row game, that was all I did, is I ran around for hours just beating everybody up with a giant
I mean the
dildo.
third one was so great in the fact that like you could literally like whenever you start off the game, you instead of robbing a bank, you just fucking steal the whole entire safe out of the side of the building. I was like,
Which then they fucking did in Fast and Furious 5.
well, I mean,
Fast
video
and
game
Furious
not
is
done
copying Saints Row.
yet. Yeah, dude.
Right?
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
I love the Fast and Furious movies, though, because they're just so, like, fucking ridiculous.
I was about to say something, but you guys would probably hate me for saying it.
Like-
I swear to God. I was waiting for him to do it.
I said
was about to.
0 out of 10 took Paul Walker too long to die.
Oh god!
You're a piece of shit.
Or the one, or
Yes,
the one
I am.
that joke hit the wall faster than Paul.
Stop it!
Better hit the brakes.
I love one night I triggered Jacob because we were talking about how bi-curious, like the Fast and the bi-curious. I was like, I mean, Paul Walker did go face first into some wood. Jacob just looked at me like, you motherfucker.
You gotta. This has got to be called the angsty podcast.
The angst.
Angsty.
Because only angsty kids will listen to this one.
But what's funny to me about those movies is, for the last one, I had to convince Aaron to go with me.
Why?
Well, because he'd never watched any of them, and he was like, they're about cars. I don't care about cars. And so I was like, dude, but they're basically superheroes. And then literally we go in the movie, and at one point, fucking Vin Diesel lifts a car up. I was like, see, I told you, they're fucking superheroes.
Did you see when the semi pulling all those cars they used for the new one was in town?
I saw you post pictures of it, but I didn't see it till like after it was gone, or else I would have totally checked it out.
It was in Jerry's.
That's
You
so
mean after it was GAWN? Gone.
Yeah.
gone.
They had the orange Lambo, they had Dom's Charger, they had a rally fighter on there.
Dumb. I haven't heard that
You
name
didn't
in
even
years.
attempt to steal it.
I know. I was with my
Piece of
mom.
shit.
Your mom would have helped you hotwire it. You can't not.
Mom, help me steal this and you get the Lambo.
I
I
want
want
the
the
Lambo,
Lambo,
but
but
every
most
time I
of them
see
were
something, I want to steal it.
Fucking riddled with bullet holes. Smashed to shit.
I like my cars like I like my women, riddled with bullet holes.
Oh God. Oh.
Did you see that one that I shared? I was like, I like my woman like I like Prince. Soft spoken, and he put, I like my woman like I like Prince. Dead. I was like, oh my God.
That's what I thought you were when I read that. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
So, I like my cars how I like my women. Mostly filled with daddy issues.
Oh my God.
My favorite Brandon posted was the I like my women like our country fucked up beyond belief.
Dude, I have this, like, I totally forgot I had this.
I like my woman.
I have a whole soundboard
God damn
here.
it. Wait, can you play that one deal on
I
it?
also have.
Can you play that song on there?
About 30 or 45 minutes ago.
No, I was gonna say he should do the like weird song so I can say that line again.
Oh man, I wish, dude.
If there's a, is it like a real song or like a?
Yeah, it's called Shooting Star from that meme.
Well, cause see what sucks
it's
is
called?
like,
Yeah.
I used to have music on here, but now YouTube like will blank out the audio for all of my stuff.
Yeah.
Like I uploaded a video one time with like 30 seconds at the end of a song, or like 30 seconds of a song at the end of the video, and when it was done uploading, and it took longer to upload too because I think it was a longer episode. But when it was done, it was like, we noticed there was some copyrighted music in your thing, so we didn't put any of the audio in your video.
Oh
I was like,
my
really?
God.
You couldn't have just cut off the fucking part with the copyrighted music?
They don't
I was
ever do
so
that either.
pissed.
Oh, damn, I gotta do
I
that.
figured. Well, what I was always doing was I was like putting like the artist in the song title, and then they usually didn't mess with it. But
Yeah,
there's
if you
one
tag-
Well, I did do that, and I don't know, because they're like the first like 5 or 6 or 7 videos all have music at the end, and I, never had a problem with them. But then just at one point they were like, "Fuck you!" And like,
I don't know. YouTube's like stuff's becoming a lot dumber lately.
yeah,
Like they're becoming way too trying to be controlling on it.
Well, their thing is they can get sued for you claiming someone else's material.
Well, it's not just that though. Like, I mean, there's been that deal going around lately. What was it that? I don't know if it's still a thing, but they did that YouTube Heroes, where anyone can moderate your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Which was dumb because there's certain like communities that, oh hey, I don't like the way you're doing your videos. Well, this video isn't for you. It's for the people who like that.
yeah.
But they won't let the people who like it moderate it.
No, and see that's what that's kind of like the reason they did that is because I mean in a sense it is about everyone getting all offended about everything.
The mass triggering.
Yeah, it's like everyone getting triggered by everything, Like hell, even us talking about anything about triggering people right now,
Probably
our
will trigger
video
someone.
might get flagged.
Triggered.
yeah, we're talking shit about YouTube. This video is never gonna see the light of day.
Oh, I mean,
It's like-
YouTube's gonna take it out
like-
back and shoot it like my dog.
just as I just as I click like upload, YouTube says, "I heard what you said." And, like,
YouTube just comes out of nowhere and just slaps the shit out of you.
I fucking ring my doorbell. It's like, "Did you have something to say?" Like, "No, YouTube, I'm sorry."
It just opens the door. It's like wearing brass knuckles. Square up, bitch. Like, whoa, that was fast.
we should have started off every video like this.
I don't know. I like the ravioli. What's on the podcast only bit.
That was funny.
Thank you for that
We
idea.
should just like call it like something new each time, just for
This
funsies.
one's for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Why not the air horn version?
Oh yeah.
No, because I did when I was making PS4 videos. I made that my intro.
Yeah, it's like a
That
guy
song.
dying and
He's like he's twirling his guns all slow mo. She's like,
and it's going. I watched
That's
that and I was
hilarious.
like, good lord.
One of my favorite things I used to do, like in all the Grand Theft Auto games, is I used to love to get like a rocket launcher and point it directly at the ground below me, and then shoot it and just watch him fucking fly up. Like after he.
Like, if you like doing that, you
dies.
need to get Skyrim and let a giant hit you when you're extremely underleveled.
Yeah.
It catapults you so high. And the funny thing is, like, Bethesda knows about it, but it's so funny that they're not gonna fix it.
That is pretty.
there's something I used to do on Grand Theft Auto 5, but it would definitely be a trigger thing for some people.
Or
Because there's some certain people I specifically targeted on Grand Theft Auto
I know
5.
exactly what.
What people?
Hookers.
No.
Oh.
Surprisingly, not hookers, just fat chicks.
Oh,
I would just run up and
exciting.
just deck
So
them and
much
just
worse.
watch them hit the ground. I don't know why. Just one time I just was really angry at fat chicks, so I just went
Oh
off.
my
He
god.
watched too many feminism videos.
Just beating the hell out of random fat chicks and only the fat chicks.
Oh my gosh. Well, no,
For the record, I don't hate fat
You went land
women.
whale hunting.
I was going whale hunting.
Land whaling.
there was an episode of South Park about this.
Are we badasses? Yeah.
I've never seen this many whales since I went to that Comic-Con convention.
Damn.
Nah, I'm joking. People are very thin, surprisingly, nowadays at Comic-Con.
Well, that's because they can show off that fat ass.
That PHATS.
That pog.
Pog.
Furt-ers.
That what?
Murders.
Brandon, you're not Dr. Seuss. Quit trying to make up words.
I don't know. I don't think it's stupid.
Blasnarga.
Yeah, that's the Sims thing.
What do you have to say about that?
I bet you. Do you remember when Peter's like, she goes, "You didn't even go to school." And he puts the hat on. Don't you feel ridiculous now?
I still love that one. I was like, you better watch out who you're calling a child, because that makes you a pedophile.
And I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and be lectured by some pervert. I remember Caden telling us that he said that to his girlfriend when they got in a fight, and because she called him a child, he's like, me having to get the last word. I said, well, if I'm a child, you know what that makes you? A pedophile. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and be lectured by some pervert.
Did he tell you what she said after that?
I think that's when they broke up.
I was like, either they broke up or they got back together. There's only two ways that's gonna go.
That's incredible, though, dude.
Caden's a legend, man.
He's either gonna get broken up with or get his dick on right then and there.
I've always wanted to break up with someone with some like funny way like that. One of the times I broke up with somebody, I just told them, I was like, I'm bored, and that was it. That literally was our breakup.
That's
So,
fucked
you bore
up.
me.
Well, I mean, what else am I supposed to say? I really had no feelings anymore. I was
Brandon,
just like, I'm
you
bored.
do what every guy does in the lie. It's not you, it's me.
Actually, it's all you, and it's always been you.
It's always been.
Same!
It's because you won't let me do anal.
And I want
That wasn't the problem.
And it's like, it was just, I wanted you to stick it in my butt, and you're sitting here getting complaining about it. What's up with that?
I asked you to peg me once, and you look at me like I'm a different person.
I wanted you to play me like a pegboard.
Oh god.
God.
I wanted you to grab the ladle beans and pull them out like a
Rip
lawn
him out like a
mower.
lawn.
And then get the car battery and hook them up to my nipples.
Question. Is this the raunchiest podcast you've ever done so far?
I was just thinking, probably.
Well, you should put on there and put a disclaimer.
I
Raunchy
will.
beyond.
Everyone's gonna be like, you should never let those three on there again.
I have a feeling this is our last time.
Welcome to the first and last appearance.
Well, Brad, I mean, honestly, if you really don't like us and talking about this stuff, it's fine.
No, I mean, you know, I'm not too lazy. It's just too complicated to cut stuff out.
Just leave it on there.
You look at it
Whatever.
this way, okay? There's people like iDips who are famous for the exact stuff we're talking about. Filthy Frank, who's famous for this stuff. I mean,
We haven't said anything too bad.
we haven't said anything too bad.
No, I know, but I don't know. It's funny because like.
You need to post and be like, "Sorry, mom."
If it will make you feel
Well, that's
better,
the
I'll
thing,
tag
it's
mine.
like-
I'm sorry, Mama.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I mean, you know, there is a way, like, you can prevent other certain people from hearing it, but I mean, it's your mom. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't think your mom will get too triggered. I mean, she'll be like,
Swag.
She'll say, well,
"Who are you hanging out with?"
Who are these guys you're flicking their bean with?
Oh yeah, flick that bean.
Oh.
That was funny because Brad was telling us a story about that, and he was like, "Why is Brandon? Well, man, this guy really wants to flick your bean."
Yeah.
I know.
There was that day you tagged me in like a bunch of
The ones that I was making about
pictures,
flicking
yeah,
beans.
about flicking beans, and she's like, "Boy, he sure likes flicking your bean." It was so.
Mom, no,
weird.
no, Mom.
Did you say your sister was like cracking up the whole time as you're talking about it or something? You're just like, "Oh my gosh."
Something like that. I don't quite.
See,
remember.
my thing is like, it was funny because I was sitting there, I was like doing the newspaper with Colton, And I was like, you know what? I want to make some bean flicking memes. And one of them was the skeleton waiting, and it said me waiting to have my bean flicked. Oh man! And then one of them I had, what was it? Woody and Buzz, and when it's like he's pointing in the distance, he goes, beans getting flicked everywhere. Oh man, that was a good time. I still think though that we're in the golden meme stage right now.
The golden age of memes.
The Cat in the Hat has been so incredible.
That and the friggin' like Italian ones.
Yes.
Like
I love those.
The Italian documents getting shredded.
Or that one where it's like an Italian sniper on the roof and it's a pizza.
Oh yeah.
Or Italian blood and it's like marinara sauce.
I love when it's like normal DNA.
Italian DNA.
Yeah, Italian DNA.
All those left an Italian soldier after being hit by a 50 cal round is just a little glob of spaghetti.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, see, it's like, you know, this, like, I guess you would consider this podcast to be like a, like, cause I mean, there's certain, it's
a cancer upon the internet.
Well, I mean, no, it's kind of like one of those ones that, like, you gotta kind of broaden your, like, you know, broaden your horizons.
But Horizons is learning stuff. I think you're talking about like broaden.
I do want to broaden my audience.
Yeah.
You do. Well, you can't
But-
you can't. Whenever you do stuff like this, you gotta. People like edgy stuff, I guess you would call it.
I'm getting cut on all this edge right now.
Because like you can't just talk about like stuff that everyone wants to hear because like you're not gonna get all the audience you possibly can. You know, like.
You gotta talk about the hard hitting stuff like wombo wing, wombology, the study of wombo.
I wombo, you wombo.
Did you see? By the way, Brad, did you see what my
Wombo.
job is on Facebook?
You're,
I'm a loaf pincher at Sarah Lee in Brownsville, Tennessee.
yeah, I did see that.
And my job description says it tells it. We did that on Callie's last appointment before she had the baby.
Oh wow.
And then I was just looking up a whole bunch of stupid stuff whenever I was in like I watched all of IDubbbz's videos when I was waiting for my niece to be born. I was like, you know, this will be a prime time to watch this. Jacob's over here trying to drink screwdrivers.
That I am. Really just need
The
a
only
chaser.
reason he hangs out with us is because so he can get drunk.
I'm getting so drunk. Right
You don't
now.
think I'm pretty anymore without the alcohol?
No,
You don't
no.
look me in the eye anymore. I'm fucking you in the ass. How can I look you in the eye? I'm so sorry. That one just slipped out.
Like
No, dude.
I don't know. I think Brandon's pretty tight poopered.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I've seen a wreck by some pretty big people and horses.
This is your butthole. This is your butthole when I'm not with you.
The whole stretch the size of a shower drain.
Oh god.
I asked Jacob if we could waffle stomp his bathroom. He said no.
I don't even know what that means.
Waffle stomp, it's where you
But it
shit on the
sounds
drain in the
bad.
shower and you stomp it down. Waffle stomp.
If you guys ever waffle stop shit in the bathroom, I'm gonna make you clean it.
Oh man, Brad, how are you not tired? How long are you sleeping?
I don't know, like 2 hours.
Oh really?
I don't know why either, cause like normally I'm up till like 3 or 4 in the morning every day, but like this week, I get to 10 o'clock and I'm like, good, and I just pass out like
I am so
unintentionally.
terrified because tomorrow I gotta go talk to work and fucking.
Oh, you haven't done that yet?
No, well, I already talked to them. They're talking to me tomorrow, and then they're telling me what hours I'm going to be working.
Oh,
And I'm so
okay.
terrified to be like 7 in the morning, and I'm like,
Do you know what?
Put your hand down. Quit
They're
asking
gonna-
questions.
they're gonna try to.
Do you know what
Maybe that's
department
what-
you're going in?
I'm trying to go to lawn and garden because I don't like being in the fresh. I mean, I don't have
Yeah.
nothing against fresh. It's just
Back to
there's
the
too much
business.
stuff going on over there right now that I just don't want to deal with it. You know.
Do be careful what you say though, right?
Doobie?
Yeah,
This
that's
is going
true.
on the internet.
Well, no. That's not. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying like I just don't want to be over there. You know.
I was just gonna say, well, it's not like I said his first and last name, and I was like, oh wait, I totally said.
I
his
thought the
first
same
and last
thing.
name.
You don't want to go hang out with hoes all day?
No.
Shut up.
No,
Make
like,
that
there's
one.
really not like I don't have anything against my job. I love my job.
I love the
just got
money
what
of
you
my
said.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated it.
What?
Dude, it's
Hang
almost,
out with those
we've
all
almost been sitting here talking for an hour.
I know.
This is
It
rad.
like after like the first 5 minutes, it goes by so fast. It's
I know.
amazing.
Oh my.
You had a story you wanted to tell.
Yeah, what was-
Oh yeah, so we get off work, me and this one guy, we were walking out the door and this car creeps up and turns its headlight off. I'm like, oh boy, they're about to pull a drive-by.
Okay.
And I didn't
Oh,
realize
boy.
it, but it ended up being a bit of a racist statement afterward. Because the guys who was driving were black, and I didn't intend for that.
Oh man,
But,
that's bad.
The guy I was walking with was like, wait a minute, why would you turn off the lights while driving? And I just look at him like, it's a drive-by. You don't want them to see it coming. Like, yeah, but what if you get hit in the road? I'm just like, have you ever heard of creeping up on a motherfucker? And he's like, yeah, but you want to be safe when you're trying to kill somebody. We got this whole deal, and I was like, dude, don't ever become part of a gang. We were sitting there making jokes, like, all his gang members get in the car. He's like, Big Smoke, you put that cigarette out and you put your seatbelt on. Make sure your guns are on safety.
You better
before we
take
get
care
there."
of your lungs.
Yeah. And we were sitting there, we're like, we'd call it the SS, the safety squad.
It's like you could. You can kill as many men as you want, but
I kill 50 men.
I kill 50 men, but you know what you can't prevent from killing you is cancer.
We were sitting there like, is that a marijuana cigarette I smell in here?
In my good Christian suburb.
You put that out, because I don't want my car smelling like freaking weed when I go try and sell it.
I just love that of the British drive-by. Remember? Oh, Reginald,
I
disagree. And then step on it.
I saw this meme today that was like, if a gay guy's in a drive-by, is it called a fruit roll-up?
That is pretty funny.
That's great. So, did you find out ever why they?
Yeah, did you ever find out?
I assumed they were like waiting for somebody, but it was hilarious because they were like creeping up and then turned their headlights off. I was like, we might die right now. And we're back.
Well, there was like it was like the first time I ever worked at my job, and there was a customer that came through, and he was like really rude
At
to me.
Walmart or somewhere else?
Yeah, at Walmart.
Okay.
And it was like one of the worst customers I've ever had. And I mean, me being the nice person I was having, you know, the nice person I am, I don't ever talk back. Like even if people are angry, you know, I don't ever talk back to them.
No, I do.
And he was like getting mad at me, and he was like blaming my hair for me not being able to do my job right. This is back when I was 16. I had my long hair, and he told me his food was getting cold, and I looked down, and his food was ice cream, and I was like,
My food's getting. That's a good thing, isn't it?
I should be like, that's ice cream. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just scan this and get you out of here because I don't understand why you're mad about your ice cream getting cold. I was like, if that's the case, this place must be cold as crap. No, and there's been multiple funny things that's happened at that place, and I love it. That's why I love it so much. It's just like we had a customer that I can't remember who's like he I mean he was from California, and something that's illegal here is legal in California, and he was asking about that. I was like, sir, I'm not gonna talk to you about this at work. And then I see him like go talk to another associate, and he's asking him the same thing, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Apparently, the other day, a bunch of like the guys I work with were like getting randomly asked by two people there for like, "Hey, can we borrow your pee for a pee test?"
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's weird, like how desperate. Like it's as simple as just like don't do that if you want to have a good paying job. I mean,
Yeah, you just don't have to do it for a couple weeks, and then you're good.
I gave Gibby my piss in high school one time.
did you really?
Yeah.
And then you're like, he doesn't know he's gonna fail.
Like I told him you should just do a whole bunch of stuff and then just give him that pee afterward.
Right?
Like, man, I had a crazy childhood, but here you go.
This guy doesn't know I just snort a whole line of cocaine.
No, I don't like my personal opinion with everything. Like at work, there's some like you don't want to lose a good job just for stupid stuff, you know. Like especially with the job I have now, you know, it pays really well, and I mean, there's not very many jobs you can get that do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to even find. Like it's hard to find a job. I was living in Arkansas for 3 or 4 months, and I wasn't able to find a single job. Like everything I applied for, they were full. and it's like the job market's so crap right
I
now
just like
that
the smell.
it does smell really good though. Yeah.
You quit shoving that stuff in people's faces. You're gonna freaking dump that on the freaking
Drop it on the phone.
Oh, that would be
The
terrible.
audience has no idea what we're talking
an
about.
hour
It's not
away.
in someone's face.
Right?
You get
Like,
that tip
let's
away
just-
from me.
You know, I have like so many stories that I can't remember, but one that's like coming to mind is the time I yelled at a child, like a really like a 4 or 5 year old child. Like he came in, like I was working at a gas station, and he would come in like a couple times a week, and he never had enough money for anything he got, and you know, usually I'd be like, okay, you have to either, you know, put one thing back or go get more money from your mom. And he'd usually put something back. But then, like, one time he comes in, and I was having a particularly shitty day anyway. But then he comes in, and, like, he gets a lot of stuff, and he doesn't have any money for nearly any of it. And I'm like, you gotta put a couple of those things back. And he's like, well, can't you just give it to me? And I got so pissed. I was like, actually, I'm gonna give you nothing. I'm like, you can get the hell out of the store. I'm like, cause you come in here with this shit every day. And like, oh, I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I was like, get out, like, and you can't have any of this and stuff. And I was like, unless your mom, you know, gives you more money or whatever. And then like his mom comes in like a minute later.
And that was the birth of
And,
your mom joke.
Just pissed off that you were
Yeah.
rude to her son.
She was like, you were very rude to my son. And I was like, he didn't have enough money.
Then you start yelling at her.
I would have.
I-
No, get out of my store!
I should have, but like she like took the car. She like took a card, and she like walked out, and she like just sat in the parking lot, and then she called the store, and like I was gonna answer the phone just to be a dick, but I didn't. And then like she talked to my boss, and my boss was like, well, what do you want me to do about it? he was like, what, you want me to fire him? Okay, he's fired right now. And he just hung up on her, and I was like, that was the one good thing. Like, I didn't go off on a lot of people, but at least when I did, I knew my boss would have my back, and that was always a cool thing.
We working here in town, or?
No, it was when I was in California.
So I got a pretty bad story when I used to
Oh,
work
God.
at Subway. So I went to go use the bathroom and I come back, and there's this like family of like a mom and like 5 kids. The baby is sitting somewhere like in the basket where it shouldn't be sitting.
Yeah.
So I know sooner or later this kid's just gonna fall and crack his skull on the freaking floor.
Oh, God.
Sure enough, I'm making the next person's sandwich and I just hear thud. Wham! And I just look over and I look at the mom like, you're a fucking idiot. You know, like, what kind of meat you want on it? Like, I was like, I knew you had the youngest kid besides the baby watching the baby. Of course it was gonna fall. She's
That's,
like,
always, that's always like one thing that bothers me. Is just seeing like how like people. I mean, if you say anything about how someone raises their kid, they're like, you don't know how you're gonna do this. You
he's
know?
snorting cocaine.
Don't you dare tell me how to raise my child.
Yeah, that's how it
I
always
snorted
is.
cocaine since I was 4.5 and I came out fine.
I don't know, that just always reminds me of the beginning of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, when the 2 babies are sitting out there.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, who's watching these babies? And she's like, the fat one's watching the little one. And then,
I love his mom. His mom
Yeah.
freaking vulgar as hell. It's so
well, that
great.
was like great. And then like, you know, the baby starts saying fuck. Like,
Dude, I remember this one time also at Subway. This guy came in and like put one cell phone away, picked up another one, and it was obvious he was talking about weed. He's like, "Yeah, I'll come down there and show you how to like cut it and all this stuff." I'm just like,
There's a lot of stuff we could be talking about.
Cut it. I
"Well,
don't
no,
think
it,
I
was
it,
would.
it
like-
was it was a burn phone. Like it was obviously a burner."
Oh.
And it was like he was saying stuff that was like obviously talking about a crop and was like, "Don't talk too much about it." It was like this guy's talking about weed.
or
You just
word.
referred to a phone as a burner.
Yeah. Well, I can't
No,
I can't
he
do
was
that.
referring to the guy.
Yeah.
The guy was a burner.
Oh.
Okay.
His
I-
ass on fire.
I'm a little sad. I did a video for my class earlier today, and hopefully that'll be up in pretty soon. But we all wrote the script together, but there's a joke that I wrote. We're like lab people. We work in a lab, and the girl's talking about Bunsen burners. And I was like, oh, you should say, and Bunsen isn't the only thing that gets burned around here. And like, all 3 of the other people in my group were like, I don't get it. And I was like, oh. I was like, but don't worry. I was like, don't worry, it'll still be funny. And then they were like, oh, does that mean like we make fun of somebody else in the office?
Oh my
And
god.
I was just like, sure. That's what it means.
There's one of the guys I work with, and I always tell him like disturbing or like dirty jokes, and no matter what, every time I say them, he's like, I should expect it, but I never do.
I used to, like, that was my favorite thing about working at the gas station is I'd have regulars and, like, yeah, you know, the regulars were not always, but I'd say 9 times out of 10 the regulars were the cool ones.
Right.
There's always the guy you only saw, like, once the whole time you worked there, or maybe, like, once a month or something, that was the asshole. But, like, I had people who would come in and tell me, like, dirty jokes and stuff. And I had one guy who'd come in and he'd always be like, cowboy! And I'd be like, I don't sound like a cowboy. I was like, maybe I was in Oklahoma too long.
Sorry, you need to calm down, okay?
There's one guy, me and my coworker at Subway were just having a terrible day, and he came in and told us a joke, and it just made me start laughing and instantly made my day better. But it was, what do you get when you cross human and animal DNA?
What?
A permanent ban from the zoo. I was laughing so hard, I was like, thank you, you actually just made my day better.
That's great. I'm hesitant to say this story, but it was too funny not to. One time I was at the gas station and there was a Mexican guy and a black guy who came in, and the whole time they were giving each other shit, and I was just trying not to laugh. And when they got to the counter, the Mexican guy said something about the black guy's dad, and the black guy looked at me and was like, "Can you believe this?" And I just like shook my head. I was just like, I don't want to say nothing. And the Mexican guy looks at me and he goes, "Do you know his father?" And I was like, "No." And the Mexican
I don't think
guy
he
goes,
does either.
Yeah. And I lost it. I was like, I'm sorry, but that was too fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was a good time.
I like jokes like that, like the ones that not a lot of people are gonna say, but like there was like the other day I was in the bathroom washing my hands, and you know, like when you first get tattoos they tell you to wash them a lot.
Uh-huh.
So I was sitting there washing them, and this like old guy was like, I don't think those are gonna come off. And I just want to look at him like, no shit. But later on I was like, damn, what I should have said was, you can see them too. Just screw with him.
Oh god.
Like, I'm trying to get rid of these. He's like, those are my prison marks.
But I should have freaking just looked at him like all wild. I was like, you can see them too.
It's like, can you also hear the voices? They're looking around.
Did I tell you what my coworker, the one who I was talking about the gang story, he was telling me about this one guy who was in there like he had recently got a tattoo that looks like almost like a satanic cross, but it means something else. And the guy was like, you need to exercise your demons, boy. And he looked at the guy and was like, are you fat shaming my demons? And the guy just was like what? And just like walked off. And I was like, that's amazing.
There was this crazy story from when I worked at the gas station, and it was like there was this lady comes in, right? And as she's walking out, this other dude walks in, and he's like just holding the door open for her. She's like, back away! Like starts yelling and stuff, and she goes, he's just after me because he knows I'm a millionaire. He knows I won the lottery. And starts yelling, and I was like, what's going on? And that dude walks up to the counter, he's like, I have no idea what that was.
That scared me too.
She was sitting there, she's like saying she won the lottery and stuff like that, and everyone was after her money and stuff, and I was like, okay.
What are you doing in a gas station if you won the lottery?
Oh yeah.
Rich people need to buy gas.
Rich people don't need to buy gas, okay?
They pay someone else to buy their gas.
They melt their money and put it in their gas
Yeah.
tank.
My car only runs on Benjamins.
My car only runs on deported illegals.
Love the thing I did where it's just like all the things, I put yes, and then just alien, illegal.
That was funny.
The fucking I never noticed the dyslexia when he put EYS.
Yeah, but EYS.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. That's
I
hilarious.
didn't notice it yesterday.
EYS.
That's fucking hilarious.
I always try to make up some more like my like the depression one. I was gonna put like ... Yes.
My
Just,
favorite
like,
one.
Sigh.
Sigh. That's all it says.
My favorite one's like sex. Yes, please.
It says I have, and I just put yes. I've always wanted that to be on like a thing. There's this one, like I saw this picture. It was like on this thing. It says, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And then it had boy, girl. It said boy, girl, or something like that. And
I don't wish to tell.
And then it said no. Then it just says yes. At the bottom, it's like what?
Yes.
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 That's one of my favorite things to do to coworkers. Like they'll ask something and I just look at them and
Yes.
go, yes.
Yes.
And they're just
Yeah.
like, what?
It's like
My favorite was when in class when Coach Seifert, he'd shake his head yes with the answer question, he'd be like,
no.
no.
Or I don't know if y'all ever watched iCarly, but there's this one where they're fixing the elevator.
Shit, I'm a bitch.
They're fixing the elevator, and he goes, "How long do you think it's gonna take for you to fix that?" "About 5 or 6." And he goes, "What, days, months, years?" Maybe 7 or 8.
Maybe 7 or 8.
That's funny. My sister used to watch that show all the time.
It was
The
actually
only
funny,
thing
though.
like I can really remember is that there's one episode where her brother is coming off the elevator and he's got like a drink in one hand and like a ostrich.
Yeah, it's just an ostrich.
His name is Scooter.
It just comes out, and then they're just like staring at each other. She goes, "Hey."
What do you got there? She's like, "What do you got there?" He's like, a
smoothie."
smoothie.
That's what, yeah, he just like
The
normal.
other thing. Oh. An ostrich.
An ostrich. Or
They named him
the
Scooter.
I named him Scooter. And then Gibby.
Gimme.
And there's like one where they're all eating these just like big ass salads, and she goes, "How is anyone supposed to eat all these salads?" And it goes to Sam, she's like, "I'm all out of salad." Like the whole bowl's completely empty. I was like, that's probably something I would do because I eat so much food. I thought your hat said freaking Little Caesars for a second.
I thought it said
Giggles.
giggles.
Giggums.
I thought it said
Giggles.
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 What the hell's Giggums?
It's my drunk name.
Really?
Yeah.
Your
How'd
drunk
you get that
name?
specially made?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I need to have a drunk name.
Yeah,
My drunk name was Jacob because I'm pretty fucked up.
I was in Vegas.
My name is the U.S. economy. 'Cause I'm fucked up.
I was in Vegas with my family, and I was drunk like every day because
Oh, speaking of
when you
Vegas, I was
gamble,
gonna
they
tell
give you free alcohol, and I forget. I think it was my my brother-in-law who said because they were like, "I've never seen him smile this much," and I was like, "Yeah, because I've never been this fucked up in front of all you." And like then my brother-in-law, I think, said his name is Giggums because he's always giggling when he's drunk. That was funny.
It's, like I was gonna say, we're actually gonna probably go to Las Vegas again.
We're
Here
going on my
soon.
21st
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
You going to the cat house?
Duh.
I'm gonna go to Pirates and Men's Pants. Have you not seen that? That's what they call it. Like you know the giant sphinx or the
hell?
the pirate
Giant
ship.
sphincter? What?
It's the giant pirate boat, and it's on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's called Pirates and Men's Pants.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm a heart with a big asshole.
I just want to go to that new place they opened up. It's like an indoor paintball arena. But instead of paintballs, they give you a fucking Glock with like simulation rounds.
Oh god.
And then when you run out of ammo, it turns to like hand-to-hand fighting. Like, and you just beat the shit out of people. That's rad.
Just like when me and Dad used to hang out.
That would be horrifying.
It would be so rad. It
I'm
hurt
just
like
kidding,
a
I never
bitch
knew
when
my
you get
father.
shot.
He told me I was in a swamp and
Did
kicked
any
me
of us?
out.
This is my
What
swamp.
are you doing in my swamp?
This is the part where you run away.
I love that movie so much.
I don't know, like, when, like, I've always loved it, but I don't know when it became, like, a...
Meme thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's hilarious? Someone made one of them, and it's like, it's Shrek, the whole entire Shrek movie, but without all the main characters. So they cut, like, half the movie. The movie's 2 minutes long. Because
That's a lot
They cut
more
half
than
the movie.
movie.
It's 2 minutes long.
Oh, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a 4-minute movie?
Yeah, because they cut out, and then there's one that says that it's Finding Nemo, but they don't show any water.
That's disturbing.
That is
It's-
sister.
It's Finding Nemo with no water.
I've learned
There's
this math doesn't add up.
there's
Usually.
there's cars. There's cars without any cars.
Earlier, he was like, if I was rich, I'd get 3 BMWs in different colors. So I'd have one for every day of the week to drive.
That's when I told them I'm on that tequila diet, so there is only 3 days in my week.
Well, I mean, there's only 3 days if you only go to bed twice.
True.
And
That sounds like you're on the cocaine diet.
Cocaine.
I
You know
get
what I
it from
had
my
for
dear friend,
breakfast?
Mr. Dr. Roxo.
I smoke rocks.
I love that movie, like that show so much, just because like whenever you look at his Facebook, it says married to cocaine. That's what it says on his
What
freaking
is that?
on Death Clock.
Death Metal on
Death
Clocks.
Clock. Yeah,
Dr.
like,
Roxo the Clown.
he's like a clown that's just like addicted to cocaine.
Married
father.
to cocaine.
Yeah, that's literally
That's
what?
hilarious.
Like my father.
Or Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen's like 90% cocaine.
You haven't seen me in my true form. And he's turned into a pile of cocaine.
He turns into
A bucket of cocaine
What's her
dumping on a
face?
treadmill.
His final form's Lizzie Lohan.
Oh God.
That's just what happens. That's the final step in cocaine addiction.
Cocaine.
Oh, man.
I do cocaine.
I like cocaine!
Okay, go.
Okay.
Alright, well, I think we've got more than enough for this week. So for the Morose Project, I'm Brad Rosen.
I'm Jacob Whitley.
I'm John Bedingfield.
Son of a bitch.
And I'm Joseph Curtis, and remember, I'm just here for the free publicity.
And always, fat guys try harder.
You stay classy, San Diego.